Hi everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you once again from downtown Manila with another superstar on 15 Minutes of Fame. I've got a very interesting guest coming up with quite a story for you guys. And guys, if you've had your chance to get your 15 minutes of fame, think about it. TV commercial, $30,000. If you want to do 10 radio spots, cost you $5,000. My team and I are going to put you across Reddit, Quora, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, YouTube with all your social links. We're going to make you famous right through the world, and the cost is absolutely free. But guess what, guys? You missed out because you're apathetic. You didn't do anything. You missed out. However, good news, people have asked me, I'm going to do another one next month, and it's going to be Stars on Spotlight. So if you want to be one of 30 people on Stars on Spotlight, then keep watching our socials and reach out, and you'll be like our next guest. And our next guest is a very interesting guy. His name is Mr. Tucker Blair, and he's from the United States, and he's a health and wellness and weight loss specialist, and he's going to tell you all about that. Good morning, Tucker. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Jeff. Nice to see you.
Likewise. Let's get the show on the way. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Tell us the story.
Sure. I've been an entrepreneur since I was in my 20s, long before being an entrepreneur was a thing for most people. But I've also been a pro triathlete and worked with a lot of high-level coaches when I was younger, and going from that into coaching. You good?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, going from that into coaching athletes, and then going from that into coaching bodybuilders and fitness models and things like that, and working with people to teach them how to strip body fat and how to keep muscle mass, lean tissue. That's basically how I got into it, is through the athletic side, and then starting to coach after my career was over. So we went from that, and then I met my wife, who is a registered dietitian and a massage therapist, and she got me into the health side as well. So prior to that, I had no idea. I thought essentially you stay lean, you stay healthy, and that's not exactly the case. So as we say, there are a lot of ways to get lean, but being lean and healthy is really the key to the whole thing, especially as you get older.
Yeah, well, maybe I should take that advice on board, because I'm certainly not lean anymore. I should be. I'm supposed to be like an old Clint Eastwood, but I'm not. I'm more like Shrek. But anyway, that's another story. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome it over the years?
So the nice thing that we have now is technology. We didn't have the technology to take this out to the masses prior to COVID. Really, COVID kind of set us up to have cloud technology where you could get things out to more than one person at a time. Do what we're doing right now, face-to-face meetings on Zoom and online. Get training out, be able to do video and things like that fairly easily and affordably. So prior to this, we had to do all of our coaching pretty much one-on-one, because it's pretty in depth. I mean, we take people, we ramp them up and build them from it's really psychology is what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's all in their brain, right? Most people know what to eat. They know they're supposed to eat salads, and they know they're supposed to eat their vegetables. They just don't know how to do it. And so teaching them how to do that is a process over time. And running that process through an automated system used to be very difficult. Now it's pretty easy. We can do that. So that's what we've developed. That was really the biggest challenge, is technology. And the technology is coming far enough along where we're able to deliver this in a way that's far superior to doing it one-on-one.
Fantastic. Tell us about an important moment in your career that virtually changed your direction. I guess possibly when you met your wife. That's probably part of it, by the sound of it.
Well, that really did change my direction in a lot of ways. We ended up having a little boy in 2017, and
awesome.
He is now 6 years old. He just turned 6 years old 2 weeks ago. So being introduced to the health side was a big change. I thought I knew what I needed to know about health, especially health with people over 40. And she really opened my eyes to the fact that I knew nothing about health.
What were you back in the day? Were you beer swilling and pizza eating with the boys, were you? Or what were you doing back in the day?
It's not that. It's my focus was on body composition. So
Right.
again, I thought if you stayed lean, you're going to
Yep.
stay healthy. So if you train enough and burn enough calories
Yep.
and keep your diet fairly moderate, you'll stay fairly healthy. And
Yep.
that's not exactly true. There are a lot of ways to get lean that are very unhealthy,
Yep.
and a lot of the people you see, actors, and these are people I coach, actors, fitness models, bodybuilders.
Yeah.
They
Yo.
don't do it in a very healthy way.
Yeah. Yo-yo
Um,
diets and all that nonsense. Yep.
Diets and drugs, and there's all
Ah.
kinds of things
Oh,
that they use to do the things, to look the way they look.
yeah.
But there are ways to do that in a healthy way. And
Yes.
so that's what we've discovered. And we did this together. We came up with this. Our system is a 4-step system, right?
Yep.
And we call it a reset system because it resets the way the brain works. And it resets the way that you use food internally, both physically and mentally and emotionally. Couldn't hear you.
No, you're right. Go ahead. You're right.
Yeah. So that reset process, we've broken it down into a 4-step system, and I call this a coaching system, but it's really just an automated system of behavioral change. And the first step is to simplify the diet and just take out a bunch of stuff that our food system. Okay, so let me back up. The other big realization that I had about 5 years ago is our food system is built around getting us to buy as much food as possible. And the way they
Yeah.
do that
And the
is
wrong
using
and the
enhanced
wrong shit as
flavors.
well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, first of all, over consuming calories is why we're all so fat, right? But
Yep.
also they fill it with stuff to make it last on the shelves, and all of
Yeah.
those things impact your
Yeah.
gut microbiome, your
Yep.
digestive system. They fill it with flavor enhancers that drive your brain to consume
Yeah.
more. They
Yeah.
fill it with fat and oils and salt and
Yeah.
sugar
Make it taste better.
to
Yep.
yeah. And so people
People
don't
don't. People,
realize the
people got
impact that
no
salt
idea,
and
have
sugar
they?
has.
In general, people got no
Yeah,
idea. That'd be some of those
that's right.
documentaries that the world doesn't want you to see. By the way, they sort of close them down a bit. They shock you. When you see like things
Yeah,
like they inject chickens with steroids to make them twice as big, and you get wings now that you never
right.
you never saw when you were a kid. They're big as your arm.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're full of fat. I mean, those, a chicken breast used to be a lean piece of meat. It's no longer lean meat.
Yeah.
It's just, our food system's awful. So teaching people about what's going on helps them adapt their diets to a more healthy way to eat and to a leaner
Yep.
way to eat and become naturally, what we call it, naturally lean and healthy. Okay.
Fair enough.
In
Yep.
other words, they don't have to struggle. They don't have to use willpower and discipline to do what we teach them to do. Their brains just want to do it the right way.
It's a
So there's a
system.
way
It's
to
a
work them
habit. It's
into
a habit, right? It's a habit and a system, right?
huge set of habits. Yeah. And we all have really bad habits from growing up as kids. Our parents, especially in our generation, Jeff, our parents
Yep.
didn't know
No, of course.
all of these things about nutrition. Nutrition's relatively new science. I mean, in the
Yep.
early
You're right.
2000s, prior to that, you won't see a lot of papers about a lot of the things that we teach. And so
Yeah.
most of these things have been sort of discovered or at least expanded on since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So this is a relatively new science. It is a relatively, as far as I know, nobody else has a process like this yet. I think Noom is probably our largest competitor in terms of doing something similar to what we do, but Noom's very vanilla. It's not
Uh-huh.
one-on-one. And the other thing we do, Jeff, we actually manufacture a meal replacement product. Okay.
Yep.
And that helps us simplify the diet. It's a
Yes.
tool that we use, or especially early on, to get people off of all of these
Junk.
highly
Yep.
processed foods. It's a fully natural, organic, plant-based food product that's not super refined. And so we don't put it through the extrusion process that most other processed food go through to get
Yep.
it into a powdered form.
Uh-huh.
You can still see the seeds in it and the nuts in it, and all the
Awesome.
plant material is whole in it, and it's
It's real.
delicious. We worked with a French pastry chef to build
Yep.
this thing up and make it taste really good.
Yep.
So we use that as a primary tool. We use coaching as a primary tool to walk people through these steps, and we get their brains and their gut and hormones
In
to
alignment.
respond to food in a different way.
Yep.
And when we do that, what we're finding is my oldest client right now is 82 years old.
Wow.
And he's been on the system now for 6 weeks. has already lost about 25 pounds. He
Fantastic.
didn't have that much to lose. He probably had about 45 to 50 pounds to lose total.
Yep.
But his brain is turned back on. And
Good
this is
achievement.
something I didn't expect when I started applying this system to older people. Like I said, we started doing this with athletes and with people whose job it is to stay lean and healthy,
Yes,
right?
fair enough.
Or apparently healthy. And when we're doing that with younger people, you don't realize that the health benefits of something like this. Because and I'll give you a quick story on this about myself. We had our son in 2017. Then COVID hit in 2020. I spent about a year and a half not being able to go to the gym, not being able to do the stuff I normally did, sitting on my couch working from home. And I gained almost 50 pounds in 18 months. Okay. I mean, I just blew up.
You don't even realize. Sometimes you don't even realize it, do you? It just creeps up in you, doesn't it?
Yeah. I had no idea I was gaining that much weight. I could see it on the scale, but I couldn't see it on me. I look back at pictures from
same as me.
Like, I can't believe
because I'm 6'3", and the fat's well distributed. So I look good. I look good in clothes. You take my clothes off, you want to run.
I look good in clothes as long as they're like sweaters. I did not look good.
I look good in a tent.
But you could see it in my face. I mean, it was.
Yeah. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that you believe have contributed to your success? Obviously, your determination is one of them, but what else?
Well, that's a really broad question, but in our case, we've developed a certain set of principles and applied them across thousands. We've done this with thousands of people, and I think we've really stumbled on something that is pretty unusual in the market. I don't think there's a lot of things out there that do what we do and do the way we do it and change the way their brains work, change their sort of desires and their drives and their cravings, and teaching people how to do things that they don't know how to do, but they know they're supposed to be doing is really kind of where we're different than everybody else. And it's pretty cool how it works. And it works pretty fast. I mean, the first 2 to 4 weeks, people can feel the changes happening, right? And that's what keeps them engaged. And so the other thing is that this is it's a nice process long-term because it keeps you engaged. As you grow into this, you start, enjoying the process. It's not like you need a bunch of discipline.
In some parts, is it more of a meal replacement? Does it help you like to feel full or that type of thing? Is that the concept?
Oh yeah.
I thought so.
That's a part of it. That's not the primary thing. That's just one of the tools.
Part of it, one of the pillars.
And it's the way that we help them simplify up front. So,
and when do you have this product? Do you have it morning, lunch, and dinner, or morning, or is it a one meal a day type of thing? What is it?
Yeah, so it's a meal. We call it a meal replacement supplement. It's one scoop of it is 14 grams of protein, but it's also carbohydrates, fats. It's got we patented a digestive enzyme that helps process that protein. So that 14 grams really acts more like 21 grams of protein. But it also helps the stomach feel good on protein. A lot of people who have stomach problems like immediately resolve them within, a week or two. We've had people getting off medications for IBS, getting off of omeprazole for acid pump inhibitors, things like that. It's fantastic. Very strong stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, so there can be a big
that product is what you'll use primarily for 2 meals a day. To answer your question, once you get into the actual reset system, the first 2 weeks we don't do any of that stuff. First 2 weeks, you basically read some emails, you watch some videos, you listen to me talk on some podcasts. You spend 10 minutes a day for 2 weeks. And what I'm working on is changing. And my 82-year-old, by the way, you just reminded me of this. He sent me a text and said, "Hey, I told my wife, this guy's," I don't know if I can use sailor language here, but this guy's effing with my head. I can see what he's doing. And he's right. That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole idea. You're going to change their mindset,
Yeah. So the first 2 weeks, that's all we do.
And tell me, do you eat it out of a packet, like a packet of chips, or do you put it into drinks and make it into like a smoothie? What do you do with the product?
Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can just mix it with water. It mixes great with water.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like it so much with water, but if they put milk in it, they love it.
Yeah.
If they don't like it with water, I like it with water, but I didn't at first. I'll tell you
Yeah.
another story. At first, when we first developed this, my
Yeah.
guys brought it to me and said, "All right, here it is. This is what we've settled on." I did not like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to
Yeah.
creamy,
Yeah. Certain
whey-based
taste.
shake.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
This is a real food, and so it tasted good, but it's got a consistency to it.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not just a smooth, thick cream thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't particularly like it myself when I first tasted it. I
Uh-huh.
said, I don't know if we can sell this.
Right.
After about 4 shakes, though, I didn't even notice that anymore, and it was absolutely delicious. So there's a little, we warn people about this because we don't want them to expect that whey consistency, taste it, and go, oh my God, this thing's all chunky, So,
Yep.
but it's you use it for 2 meals a day.
Could you
can
eliminate
use 1
that
or 2
chunk
scoops.
if you put it through a blender? Would it not smooth that out, the chunky factor?
No, it's not. You don't want it to, because
Yeah.
again, so when I say that food is extruded, what I'm talking about is they put it through a pressurized
Yeah.
blender, essentially, with
Yes.
heat, and they break down the cell walls of the plant material. And what that does is turn it basically into sugar. The way that your body senses it is it's a sugar. So like when you eat corn chips out of a bag, that stuff's all extruded. The reason that stuff's not good for you, besides the preservatives they put in it, is that your body senses it like sugar, and so you're gonna have a huge spike of I forgot the hormone.
Yeah, I get it.
Insulin.
Yep.
You're gonna get a huge insulin spike, right?
Yep.
And that our stuff doesn't do that, and that's the primary difference. That, and none of our stuff's made in China. So none of our ingredients are sourced from China. The problem with Chinese ingredients is China's laced, their grounds are covered in heavy metals.
Yeah.
And so if you're getting ingredients in your foods from China, chances are it's got heavy metals in it. And
chances are they don't care either. They're not going to tell you, are they?
They don't care. No, they absolutely don't care.
Apart from your 82-year-old, tell us a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of.
The number one thing is I've gotten people off of their diabetes medications. We've resolved severe high blood pressure issues. We've resolved severe obesity. We've got people that have lost over 100 pounds on this system. Wow. And we basically have been saving people's lives. And
awesome
you can't be more proud of anything, including myself. Yeah. That 50 plus pounds that I gained during COVID, for the first time in my life, I couldn't get it off. I was old enough. I think it was 54, 55 when that happened. I was old enough. I got heavy enough to where hormonally I couldn't take the weight off. And for the first time in my life, I was out of control. And I'd never had that happen before. I mean, I'm the guy that used to teach people, look, there's always a way to get this off. And I couldn't do it. And then I remembered this thing that we used to do with these athletes. And it's this system of tools that we turned into what Fuel is now. And I tried that. And again, within 2 weeks, my blood pressure came down.
Awesome.
I lost a ton of fluid. My inflammation came way down. That's the other thing that we do is just strip inflammation off people. My A1C came down. I got off my acid pump inhibitors. I'm one of the guys that has gotten off acid pump inhibitors, which I couldn't. I had to live on those things. I mean, if I skipped it for 2 days, I was miserable. So that's really what we're most proud of, is the health effects that we're able to deliver to people. Which again, I didn't anticipate, because I had no idea it would do that to older people.
Yeah, it's been an awesome journey. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? I'm obviously going to keep working on this and developing it even further, I guess.
Yeah, so we've figured out a way to market this and sell it, getting it in front of people, and getting you see how long it takes me to explain this. Putting that on a landing page is very difficult to do. People can't understand.
People don't read. That's another one. Yep.
That's right. Well, that's another issue. But I could do video, I could do things like that, and we're doing social media now.
That's better.
We've been in business now for 12 months. So we've been in business for 12 months. What we figured out is, if we take it out to brick and mortar businesses like gyms, Pilates studios, yoga studios, things like that, places where people who are looking for health are already.
Yeah, they're looking for the product. They're looking for some assistance.
That's right. People who aren't looking for help aren't good for this. You got to come into this wanting to do something and needing help. If you're just you just want a magic solution and don't want to put any effort in, nothing's going to work. Ozempic might work for you. So
Yeah.
that actually is pretty amazing stuff too. And we work with people that are on the GLP-1 inhibitors. That's a major market that we're starting to get into now, because they don't, what those things do is they make you stop eating altogether. Again, it's a lot of unhealthy ways to lose weight, and that's one of the unhealthiest, is just to stop eating.
Trying to trick the body, and you can't trick the body. The body's not stupid. Tell me, is this product available all over the States, or in your own area? Where's the product available at the moment?
Yeah, so we sell it online. We actually are stocking it now in those gyms. So we're in Chicago, we're in Atlanta, we're in.
So you're rolling it out,
going into Houston, going into Minneapolis, and Boston. Oh, in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to get it at gyms in those cities.
Yeah, the health food at this stage, the health food shops embrace you. You're breaking into that market.
Yep, we're in one here in Atlanta. Not nowhere else yet. We haven't really looked at those as much. I just happen to have one near me, and so I walked in one day and said, "Hey, I've got this amazing product." He said, "Heck yeah, I want to stock it." So we're in one here. We'll get more into those. Again, we're just starting to go out to all of these businesses.
Do you bother to put this on a subscription model, like, i.e., I make this number up, I need a kilo a month or a kilo a week, whatever? Do you have a subscription model where you'll assume I've eaten my last kilo and you'll send me another kilo? Is that a subscription model in the making?
Yep. No, it's already established. It's on our website. That's actually the primary way we sell it. Is through subscription. So we've got about 140 people right now on the system.
Fantastic.
Give or take. And we can only make so much of this a month. So we've sold out our first 2 batches. We've sold both of our first 2 batches out. We're on our 3rd batch right now. And we sell it primarily through a subscription model. That's how we do it.
That's an awesome, sounds like an awesome model. Tell me, how looking ahead, if that done that one, how can our listeners reach out and find out more about this amazing product?
Sure. So you can go to the website. It's www.fuelreset.com, just like it sounds. And then on the nav bar at the top, the DMR, we call it a daily meal replacement, DMR. So it's Fuel DMR. Click on that, scroll down to the bottom. That's where the 3, you can get 1, 2, or 3 canisters a month. That's where the subscriptions are. We are going to put up a special landing page for your listeners, Jeff, where we're going to give them free coaching along with we're going to give them the coaching, and then 2 canisters of the DMR for $99. Normally the coaching itself is $99. So 2 canisters, which is a month of fuel. That's 62 servings. That's a month on the system, right? With the coaching, and 2 canisters of fuel for $99. Yeah, so we can only ship in the United States right now.
They get a chance to see the product and see the results and see if it's for them, right? And like everything, it's not for everybody, but hey, for those who are serious about trying something, have an open mind, guys. And you can reach out and have a yarn to Tucker, because what we're going to do, we're going to put Tucker, we're going to make him famous, put him all across the world on all the different social channels, but particularly on YouTube, guys, and all his links and all the different methods, the way you can reach him will be there. And all you got to do, guys, is make an appointment, pick the phone up, just like we've done today, have a chat, find out, guys, find out if this is for you. Ask all the questions you want to ask, and Tucker's there to help. Tucker, we're going to wind this up. Tell us a fun fact that most people don't know about you.
I would say that I have gained and lost 30 to 40 pounds, but probably 20 times in my life.
Wow. So you've been through you've been through the yo-yo before your wife. You've been through the yo-yo thing, right?
Yeah. Before I discovered this system, I always thought that discipline was the way to do it. And that's why that has happened, because you lose your discipline. Thanksgiving, Christmas comes along, you go on a vacation, whatever, you gain a bunch of weight. And then it takes 6, 8, 12 months to get your mind back. And
sometimes it depends on you, the individual. Sometimes we need an accountability buddy. Like I need someone to tell me, hey, your hair's getting too long, or you don't look good in your clothes. You put, hey, don't eat that. It's rubbish. You almost need your mother.
Somebody other than your spouse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, someone's got to tell you. You've been an awesome
That's
guest,
right.
Tucker. And what's going to happen? We're going to wrap this up right now, guys. So, guys, don't forget if you want to be in our news show, Stars on Spotlight. You'll go to our social media channels, reach out. We'd love to have you on the show and help make you famous, just like Tucker, and put you all over socials around the world. Thanks for coming on today, Tucker.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jeff. Nice to see you.